Alright class, in this video, in video 3, we're going to talk about attributes and styling your text. Alright, and so we're going to use an attribute on the div tags. And attributes are always added to the opening tag, and they're basically used to add information or to provide some type of a styling. And we're going to keep it kind of simple for right now. So right now I'm going to go up to my div tag, my first one. I'm going to say div, and I'm going to say ID equals, and I'm going to say about, okay, because this section is going to be a little bit about me, about what I do, and so I'm going to put that right there, okay. And we're going to be able to actually call this up at some point, and once we do the CSS or whatever it is, in order to give it maybe style some of the stuff that's underneath this div area. So I'm going to come over here down this one. I'm going to say div, and I'm going to say div ID, and I'm going to say equals. And I'm just going to say, content, all right? Because this is where I'm going to have my host, my pictures, my videos. And again, this is all subject to change at some point as we kind of go along. And I'm going to say div ID equals, and on here, I'm going to say contact, because this is going to be where people contact me. All right, so I want you to do that as well on your sections. If you've got 3 sections, great. If you've got 5 sections, great. I want you to change your divs and make sure you put an attribute in there. Okay, again, it's going to be div ID and whatever it is that you want to put in there. And then I want you to, we're going to style some text. All right, and so in each one of these paragraphs, all right, we're going to go and we're going to use a couple, and we're going to use the bold, and then the bold is strong. All right, so if I come over here and I say strong, and I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy that, Control C. I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Let's see here. Strong. There we go. That's what it's supposed to be. I'm going to put that in there. And when I come over here, we're going to see what it looks like. It should bold it. There you go. And so that bolded that up right there. And so what I also want to do is I want to italicize something as well. So for the bold, it's just strong. You got an opening tag and a closing tag. And then if I want to italicize something, I'm going to use EM. So let's come over here, and I'm going to say EM. All right, and I'm going to cut this, Control C, and then I'm going to come over here, paste that in, and I'm going to send this off. And you can kind of tell right there, it is italicized. I probably have to tweak the text just a little bit so that you can better see that, and we can do that once we get into CSS and kind of start changing some stuff up. So again, in order to make something bold, you want to use the strong tag, all right, and there's opening and closing. In order to use italicized, you want to use the M tag, and there's an opening and closing tag as well. All right, and so for right now, what I want you to do is I want you to, again, add the different div tags. I want you to add one strong and one emphasis in each paragraph, right here, and right here, all right? And then the last thing that we're going to do is we are going to add a line break, all right? So typically, whenever you, if I was to come over here and hit enter, and then send this off, it wouldn't change. You don't see the spacing at all. All right, so let's go back. I'm going to go back and just come back. Let me just make sure. So there's the Mexico. Yep, there's no spacing. So it doesn't matter if you were to hit enter, it's not going to do anything. All right, so I'm going to put this back. What you need to do is let's say if I wanted to make a space, I'm going to go BR. And this is one of the tags that you do not need. You don't need an opening and closing tag. So if I were to send this off, all right, and send this out, now it just made one space. Let's go ahead and do that again. Let's put 3 of them in there. All right, so I'm going to go line break, so BR, and I'm going to do one more. And now I'm going to send this off. And there you go. There's 3 lines right there. Okay, so now I can't just hit enter, enter, enter. I've got to actually put that BR tag, BR tag, BR tag, and there's not an opening and closing tag. There's just an opening tag. All right, so in this lesson, okay, I want you guys to have a line break in each one of the paragraphs that you create. I want you to have an emphasis or an EM tag for everything that you create. And then I want you to have a strong tag for every paragraph that you create as well. Okay? And make sure you have your div tags for each paragraph as well, and give that an attribute. And that is it for this lesson. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions.